Earlier this year, CES 2026 was held in Las Vegas. As the world's largest tech exhibition, this year's event highlighted how AI led by physical AI is moving beyond mere technology to become a core infrastructure across our industries. A major highlight was Hyundai Motors' humanoid robot Atlas. It wasn't just mimicking human movements. It showcased a level of sophistication ready for immediate deployment on factory floors. Hyundai reportedly plans to deploy Atlas at its Georgia plant in the US starting in 2028. Considering the speed, efficiency, and productivity these high-performance humanoids bring to the workplace, many likely feel that the day robots fully replace production line jobs is not far off. However, the Hyundai Motor Union issued a statement declaring that another single robot would be allowed on the floor without a labor management agreement. This statement became a major social issue and even impacted Hyundai's stock price. In human society, labor seems to be treated as a sacred value. Perhaps that's why people react so sensitively when AI attempts to replace human labor specifically, more so than in any other field. During the Industrial Revolution, workers who lost their jobs to machines resisted by destroying factory equipment. Looking back at history, however, technological advancement can be stopped no matter how much people resist. We will likely soon see a world where AI robots that don't eat, get injured, or go on strike work 24 hours a day in pitch-black factories. From a corporate perspective, this appears to be a more rational, efficient, and cost-effective choice that aligns with the interests of both the company and its shareholders. Even the president addressed the issue, stating, "We can't avoid the massive wheel of change heading our way. Ultimately, we must adapt to this society quickly." He is a leader who shows strong determination regarding AI. He emphasized that the government should provide learning opportunities so people can recognize and utilize AI as a tool to participate in production. I believe this is a valid point. Since South Korea is a country with a declining birth rate and a growth model based on manufacturing, deploying robots to the field is a sensible idea. While many say Korea is doomed due to its low birth rate, I think robots will be a great alternative. With Hyundai's resolve and the government's support, this change will be unstoppable. What really matters is that we must listen to the workers' voices and engage in negotiations throughout this process. To be honest, the general sentiment is quite critical of the union, and you can see a lot of harsh mockery online. But when their very livelihoods are under threat, a union can't exactly say, "Welcome humanoids, give us the eggs." With so many jobs starting with production lines set to be replaced, it's only right to establish agreements or guidelines beforehand on how to protect minimum human rights in the workplace. Since the Hyundai Motor Union holds significant symbolic power and has set many precedents in Korea's labor history, if they can lay the foundation for an agreement on the coexistence of robots and humans, this friction will prove to be a valuable historical milestone. Of course, I also bought Hyundai stock after seeing CES, and it brings my heart to think that while Samsung and Hynix were skyrocketing, Hyundai was the only one stuck in place because of this issue. It's a bit complicated, but as both a shareholder and a worker, I truly hope this matter is resolved in a wise and balanced way. In this context, I came across an interesting article that I'd like to share with you. While current laws focus on human-to-human relationships, our future will have to address the coexistence of humans and robots. This piece, titled "A Preview of Labor Laws in the Age of Humanoid Robots," was written by a lawyer at a major Korean law firm. I'll leave a link to the full text in the description box below. I've translated a specific part of it that I want us to look at together. considering substantial tax incentives or subsidies for companies that reskill their existing workforce into global management or high-value service roles. It's crucial to help current workers transition into new roles rather than simply pushing them out. Since reskilling costs can be a burden for companies, encouraging these shifts through policy incentives like tax breaks or subsidies could be very effective. While humanoids can operate 24/7, humans need rest. To prevent digital burnout caused by humans trying to keep up with humanoid speed, the right to disconnect needs to be strengthened. While this is possible under current labor laws, the rise of remote work will require updated systems to protect human workers. I completely agree that as technology boosts productivity, human working conditions should improve alongside it, rather than creating a structure that leads to overwork. As humanoids are introduced and efficiency is maximized, we must be careful not to let humans be treated as mere replaceable parts trying to match that pace. Clear legal ground must be established regarding liability when a humanoid injures a human worker during operations. If a robot isn't just a simple machine but an autonomously operating AI system determining who is at fault when an accident occurs can become ambiguous and need to pre-establish legal standards to decide whether the responsibility lies with the manufacturer, the software developer, or the company operating the robot. The introduction of new regulations should not block technological advancement. Instead, they should be designed to facilitate the coexistence of technology and humans. During the Industrial Revolution, machines were eventually integrated and society adapted its system accordingly. The goal isn't to unconditionally slow down technology, but to create standards for how the technology should function within human society. Especially for technology like humanoids that directly enter the human labor sphere, regulation shouldn't be a hurdle. Instead, it should act as a buffer zone that minimizes the friction caused when new technology settles in as part of our social infrastructure. This is a fascinating topic and something we definitely need to think about. The pace of change is so fast that I can't even predict what the world will look like just 3 years from now. One thing that distinguishes humans from animals is our ability to contribute to society by producing something. But once AGI or even ASI, which is superintelligence that surpasses human capability, emerge and outperforms us even in productivity, how will we preserve our human dignity? I think this might be the most critical question our generation needs to tackle. Anyway, I'm curious to know if there have been similar issues in your country. Have you ever felt your job was threatened by AI? How would you feel if AI started taking over your task right now? I always love hearing your stories. Thank you for watching.